Now at 6, a Sarcoxy man dies on a Joplin railroad track, what we know tonight as investigators search for answers. Plus, how an Oklahoma lawmaker looks to protect the nativity scene in the state following a similar movement in Arkansas.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
A Southwest Missouri man has died on a Joplin railroad track. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Cale Chapman. Authorities say just before 10 p.m. last night, Rannon Childs of Sarcoxy went on to the railroad tracks west of businesses closer to the Fountain Road overpass north of Joplin. A Kansas City Southern train then hit Childs. He was pronounced dead on the scene. Nobody on the train was hurt, and there is no word yet on why he was on the tracks. Meteorologist Sam Lane joins us with a first look at the weather.
Radar is all clear right now. We've been watching some snow flurries up in St. Louis, and apologize for that. There we go. Hopefully we're on now. We have some snow flurries over there near St. Louis, but those are starting to die off as well. Temperatures going to be dropping through the teens tonight, all the way down to 10 degrees for our low. And taking a look down the lane, we're going to be seeing chilly conditions on Tuesday, windy on Wednesday, and a warmer week ahead, and also some showers for New Year's. We'll have all the details in just a little bit.
Well, thank you, Sam. Now, nativity scenes are a common sight this time of year, and a state legislator in Oklahoma has introduced a bill to legally protect them on both public and private lands. Tom Ferguson has details.
Along with the classic Christmas tree, nativity scenes are considered essential decorations for many Oklahomans at Christmas. State Senator Nathan Dahm wants to make sure nobody can be forced to take them down.
Protecting our history, protecting our traditions. And so that's something that is under attack. There are those that want to remove our history, that want to silence us from that.
Dahm said an incident in Eureka Springs, Arkansas earlier in December was the driving force behind the bill. A resident there reportedly sued over a nativity display at a public park. The man said the display was a violation of constitutional rights to freedom of religion.
That's what I'm trying to do, is to protect those traditions and make sure that they are not stopped. Because when the First Amendment talks about freedom of religion, it doesn't just mean freedom from religion.
Dahm argued action is needed now to protect the displays and make sure they can stay up.
There are those that I believe in the future would say that even having a display on your own private property, they would claim some sort of offense, claim some sort of a violation.
State Senator Dahm's bill would provide protections to living displays that feature live animals and people, in addition to displays that use statues and figurines. Make fun art, not fine art. That's the motto of Happy Snappy Art and Paint Party's Kids Winter Art Camp. The camp kicked off today in Fort Scott, Kansas. Parents paid a $25 reservation fee and paid the remaining $100 balance on the first day of camp. It provides kids a chance to compete and take home 5 different paintings.
I really enjoy the kids. Our whole motto here is happy art, not fine art, fun art. And that's kind of the definition of art, is to evoke an emotional response.
The camp is at 702 South National in Fort Scott and will run until 4 p.m. on December 30th. It's being described as a Christmas miracle. An Army serviceman's dog ran off during a hunting trip in southern Kansas earlier this month. The dog was missing for days until the owner got a call last night that he says he's been praying for. Haley Tucker has more from Wichita.
Turn him around this way so we can see the
That's him.
The best Christmas gift Ross Downham could have hoped for.
So incredibly thankful, and I will never forget.
Ross's dog Hunter is special to the Army captain. Ross had a stroke and will now medically retire from the Army. He says adopting Hunter helped him get through it all.
I'm not kidding when I said that. He probably saved me more than I saved him. He's always been there for me. He's been my right-hand man every step I go. And just every time I'm with him, it's just like I'm positive. I'm in a good mindset. He's there for me.
Ross took his dog hunting in southern Kansas just a week ago. But once there were gunshots, Hunter ran off and didn't come back. Ross searched for days, but still no Hunter. He says he was devastated, especially since he was leaving to go to California for the holiday. He posted to social media, hoping someone would see him. And then,
hi, Hunter boy.
Ross's prayers were answered.
Can you say hi to Ross?
I will never forget this hospitality, generosity, like people taking time out of their days and their holiday season to come out and just help a complete stranger find his dog out in the snow. So I'm just blown away and cannot say thank you enough.
The two are still waiting to be reunited, but Ross knows Hunter's being taken care of in southern Kansas and is thankful that after everything this year, he received this one Christmas miracle. Coming up, Joplin High School students look to kickstart their careers. We'll hear from them on their different apprenticeships. And later on, the Kansas City Chiefs look back on their win against the Seattle Seahawks on Christmas Eve. We'll hear more from the team. KOAM is always looking to hear from aspiring journalists, so we're continuing a program where we air stories shot, written, and edited by local students. This story comes from Joplin High School. One of the best ways to get a job out of high school is with an apprenticeship. Joplin Eagles television student reporter Alex Carson shows us how students are getting a foot in the door.
While the month of November might be best known for Thanksgiving and Veterans Day, it's also home to National Apprenticeship Week, and Joplin High School is celebrating with a very special guest. Joplin Mayor Doug Lawson visited Franklin Technology Center to sign the National Registered Youth Apprenticeship Proclamation and learn more about how the school is preparing students to enter the workforce.
Franklin Tech is an important part for Joplin and the surrounding communities. We need exactly what Franklin Tech produces.
Luke Smith is in FTC's Auto Tech program, but for a few hours a day, he's an apprentice at Blackford Auto. And he feels it's a nice way to get a foot in the door.
Apprenticeship is a really good way to get into the shop and actually get hands-on work, live work, not just everyday planned out jobs.
Michelle Blackford is the co-owner, and she feels that the mayor's visit will inspire more to follow in his footsteps.
I think anytime you have community leadership and leaders in the community that recognize programs like this that aren't your typical, funneling kids to a 4-year program, but it's a different opportunity that benefits kids and benefits the community and the workforce. I think anytime those kinds of things are given attention, it's a positive thing.
While in-school practice is helpful, she feels that real-world experience is best.
Hands-on experience in actual work circumstances really prepares them for when they go out, they graduate and they get out of school and they go to an actual job.
Along with Auto Tech, FTC also has apprenticeships in HVAC, auto collision, engineering, and early childhood. Reporting for Jet HD, this is Alex Carson.
Again, thank you to Joplin High School student Alex Carson for that report. Nice job, Alex. A little later, travel issues from the winter weather keep.
Another day of cancellations and delays at airports across the country. I'm Cristian Benavides with the winter storm fallout that's leaving some holiday travelers scrambling.
And we're tracking some snow flurries in northwest Arkansas and also around Monette. I'll be back to tell you about the warmer forecast when we return. Well, friends, we had another little wave of winter weather late last night and early this morning, dropping a little bit of snow flurry activity. We still have some snow flurries out there right now in northern Arkansas and extreme southern Missouri. Right now in Seneca, Missouri, at Indigo Sky Casino and Resort, a cloudy evening down there, a little bit of snowpack still on the ground, and cold, of course, like it is across the entire four-state area. Radar right now is showing some snow flurries over near St. Louis. And right now, it's not really picking up the snow flurries in the extreme southern Missouri and northern Arkansas, but they are there on some of the observations in the last hour. And over the last 36 hours, we've seen very cold temperatures again across the area. We did briefly go up above freezing, 33 degrees, but then it dropped right back down. And then we're seeing temperatures now falling through this evening all the way down into the teens. And that's going to continue overnight. The high was 35 after starting out at 21, which of course were way below the normals. But at least we weren't near that zero back in 1983 and 75 degrees A year ago today, we set a record high of 75. Wouldn't that feel nice? All right, let's take a look at the temperatures right now. We are seeing temperatures in the teens across our area, some 20s thrown in as well, like 21 in Miami, also 21 for our friends in Welch, 22 down at Veneta. And over the last 24 hours, we're about 10 degrees colder tonight than we were last time at this hour. But we're going to start to see some improvement starting tomorrow. So let's get through tonight. Right now, it feels like in the single digits up to the north. Still feels like it's in the teens in Commerce and Chitopa, where it feels like 12 degrees right now. Here's the north wind. Here at the station, it's 20 degrees in Joplin with a north wind at 13. So as a result, it feels like 7. The dew point's dry at 10, and the pressure is currently rising. Now, precipitation chances this evening, very small chance of some of those flurries across our area, but as we go through time, rain chances and snow chances start to drop off pretty dramatically. Temperatures tonight are going to drop down into the teens once again. Some single digits may be in some of the colder valleys, especially up to the north and west, with readings generally in the lower teens. And then tomorrow afternoon, we'll see a south wind return, and as a result, we'll see temperatures rising into the upper 30s, close to 40, maybe even 40 down in Oklahoma. And then as we move through tomorrow night into Wednesday morning, we're going to see lows once again near freezing across our area. And then Wednesday afternoon, the winds are really going to get cranking out of the south, gusting up over 30 miles per hour, with temperatures in the upper 40s to right around 50 degrees. And then Wednesday night into Thursday morning, we'll see lows generally in the upper 40s to right around 50 degrees as the moisture starts to increase across our area. The cold air is going to start to retreat off towards the east, and that's good news. Once that system moves away, we'll see milder air conditions move in with another storm system moving in, but that one looks like it's going to produce rain instead of snow for our area. Over the next 7 days, here we go, 39 tomorrow, 55 on Wednesday, and then 64 on Thursday, with a chance of showers mainly to the east. And those showers will be with us again on Saturday, again mainly to the east. We have to wait till Monday before the really big chance of rain comes in, and that could be some severe weather too. And then we start to cool off just a little bit as we head into the early part of next week.
Well, there you go. It's looking a little tamer out there.
A little bit tamer and a little bit warmer. That's the key.
Well, there you go.
All right.
But it's not quite looking as tame in some other places around the country. A driving ban is in place for the city of Buffalo, New York, and the surrounding communities as officials are trying to clear the streets for first responders to help those in need. The storm is being blamed for at least 25 deaths in Erie County and another 28 around the country. Reporter Christian Benavidez has more on the storm, plus the holiday travel conditions.
There's no rest for emergency workers in western New York as they brave heavy snowfall and treacherous conditions. This plow rammed another one to free it from a snowbank.
Certainly it is the blizzard of the century.
Governor Kathy Hochul says there have been more than 550 rescues, but search teams have also found people who died in their cars and on the streets.
Everything that has been forecast, we have gotten in the city of Buffalo, and then some.
Up to another foot of snow is expected to fall through Tuesday evening, adding to the 3.5 feet that came down over the weekend. The storm is part of a so-called bomb cyclone that brought high winds and frigid temperatures to millions of Americans and also disrupted holiday travel.
So when I finally found out my flight was going to take off today, I couldn't get out of my driveway because of an inch of ice.
With thousands of flights canceled or delayed Monday, some travelers scrambled to make other arrangements.
We get to the ticket counter, oh no, your flight is canceled.
Shell Dancy is trying to get back to Ohio with her husband and 2 children.
A very overwhelming, horrible feeling, because I need to get home today.
The cold weather is also being blamed for waterline breaks in Jackson, Mississippi. Many in the city, already dealing with ongoing water issues, have no water pressure. The city of Jackson issued a boil water advisory until further notice. Christian Benavidez, CBS News, Miami.
Still ahead, the Kansas City Chiefs improved to 12-3 this weekend.
We'll hear from the team coming up, and we'll take a look at some of the stats for the 9th-ranked Missouri Southern Lions. That and more next. The 9th-ranked Missouri Southern Lions are 4-1 in conference play this year and sitting in 4th place in the standings. Through 12 total games, Lacey Stokes is averaging 16.8 points per game. That's good for 4th best in the MIAA, and she dominates the conference in assists with 75 on the year. Maddie Stokes leads the conference in blocks with 2.4 per game. She also ranks 4th in rebounds. Pittsburg State is also at the top of the leaderboard in a few categories. PSU ranks 1st in the MIAA in team rebounds and free throw percentage. The Gorillas have also been really good from distance as a team. Tristan Gegg is averaging a conference best 3.5 3-pointers per game. She adds 16.5 total points per game. Karenna Gerber is another weapon for the Gorillas. She's 3rd in the MIAA in field goal percentage. The Kansas City Chiefs beat the Seahawks 24-10 on Christmas Eve to secure their 5th straight season with at least 12 wins. The Chiefs are currently 12-3 with 2 regular season games to go. The Kansas City defense was a big factor in the win on Saturday. Seattle entered the game with the 7th best scoring offense in the NFL, and Kansas City held them to just 2 of 14 on 3rd down. In the second half, the Chiefs picked up 2 big 4th down stops, and Juan Thornhill came down with an interception to help put the game away.
I was extremely proud. I mean, that's a really good offense. They've put up points on a lot of teams this year, and so for our defense to stop them in so many critical moments, that's what we need going forward. I mean, when they play like that, we're going to be a hard team to beat.
I thought overall our defense had just a great day, and some of those young guys. I mean, 21, 6, 35. I mean, these guys played their tail off. Bolton, another big day with 17 tackles, and the D-line, I thought, was extraordinary.
The Los Angeles Rams won this weekend as well. They were led by a dominant performance from Oklahoma alum Baker Mayfield. Mayfield was 24 of 28 for 230 yards and 2 touchdowns. His completion rate was the 2nd highest of his career, and he set the Rams' single-game completion percentage record.
You guys know I was always a fan of him, and I think he's played really well. And you got to think about, too, I mean, what he's done to come in here and be able to play around a lot of guys, too, that haven't been here. And to be able to lead the charge today, just an incredible effort. You know, the quarterback position, there's just so many things that are involved with that. And it's not exclusive to just when he's dropping back and throwing the football. I mean, getting us in and out of the right looks in the run game. That's a tough defense, as we know, and he got us in and out of the right plays. I thought the operation was clean all day. He's been outstanding.
So the Missouri Southern and Pittsburg State women still on a Christmas break, but they'll be back in action later this week. Excited to have them back on the floor and watch them play.
Oh, for sure. I'm hoping, John Lance gets pretty excited, so it'll be cool. All right, well, we'll be back after this. We take time now to honor a local veteran. Virgil Glenn served in the U.S. Marine Corps in 1945 and 1946. With roots in Greenfield, Missouri and Pittsburgh, he served on the USS Tucson in the Pacific. We're proud to salute Virgil Glenn, a 4-state hero. And here's a look at what's coming up on the KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Another volume of the Twitter Files has dropped, this time focusing on how the social media giant allegedly rigged the COVID debate. Plus, more on the impact of winter weather. And that winter weather is mentioned as affecting iguanas more than you may think. Those stories and a lot more tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14.
Yeah, it actually snowed in Florida on Christmas Day. Can you believe that?
That's pretty bizarre.
And that's why those iguanas, of course, you have to watch at 10 to get, or at 9 to get that information. But it's been cold everywhere across the country. But we do see a light at the end of the tunnel. We're going to see temperatures in the 60s by Thursday, and then maybe some strong storms, more spring-like weather as we head towards Monday. So got that to look forward to.
Sounds great. Danny, how's it looking in sports?
Well, I just want to bring back that Chiefs stat, 5 straight seasons with 12 wins.
Unbelievable.
That's a pretty good trajectory to be on.
Oh, you love it. You love to see it. All right, well, thank you all for watching. We'll see you right back here at 10. Have a great night.